Every day we spend lots of time considering our options. Consider AIG, the insurer that will provide savings on great value car insurance. Like right now, we're giving a 20% discount when you buy online at aig.ie/car. Normal underwriting acceptance criteria apply. Minimum premium of €330 plus levies apply. Applies to new AIG direct car customers only. AIG Europe SA is authorised by the Luxembourg Ministry of Finance and supervised by the Luxembourg Commissioner for Insurance and is regulated by the Central Bank of Ireland for conduct of business rules.
The following podcast is a member of the Pokecasters Network. Pokecasters Network, supporting Pokemon content creators, their shows, and the community of Pokemon fans. To find out more, check out PokecastersNetwork.com or find us on Twitter and Facebook.
What's going on, guys, and welcome back to episode 24 of Critical Hitmonlee. I am Devin, the DM, GM, and everything in between, and joined with me as always is David.
Yeah.
Aaron.
Party.
Zach.
Yo.
And the boy, Duff.
Coming out swinging.
So, last time, heavy. Big old deer fight that you guys found out that were Stantlers. Everybody got bombarded. People went down. But a fiery deer came almost out of nowhere and challenged Clayton to a one-on-one fight to who was the true alpha male. After he, of course, surveyed the battlefield, making sure, he chose wisely. After the very heated fight with friends and allies going down, what is now claimed as an Oletan Stantler approached the group. Clayton having a heated fight. Finally, the Stantler decided, okay, maybe you are worthy of being the true alpha. Accepted it and wanted to join Clayton on his journey. Clayton, after one failed attempt of capturing, Lucas, being the kind-hearted soul he is, tossed him over a great ball, which he was able to catch him in. And after everybody kind of licked and mended wounds, you guys are kind of sitting out in this field, gathering your thoughts. What is it that you guys would like to do?
First.
Well,
last time you said that you were going to be like, if we had our starters, they're just kind of be the ones that were out with us. Can I just have Ace be out with me, since I don't have my starter with me? And he'll be the one that's kind of like,
of course.
Okay. So Ace will take that.
Yeah.
Hey, yeah. On top of that too, I would say Sweetness would probably always be like fluttering around me, or right behind me. But,
right on.
I'm not gonna make Wimpod ever scuttle around though, dude.
Totally boring.
So I guess now we could head back to where we were, because we're still trucking along, right? We were trying to get to we were trying to get not to Goldcrest, to
I mean Woodhurst.
Woodhurst.
Yep.
And just remind me, we didn't actually go. We were barely off the path when we encountered these, right?
Yeah, you stepped a little towards, if you're looking at the map, just a little bit south of where the path is.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and then I guess we left in the morning, so I mean it's probably still before noon, or did that fight take a long time?
That fight took probably a little bit, with a little bit of the traveling, because you guys left mid-morning. With a little bit of the travel, the fight, gathering everything, it's probably just a little bit after 12 o'clock. So it's not too late in the day, but it's lunchtime.
So we keep walking it out, man.
Yeah.
Maybe turn this into a 2-day trip kind of thing.
Cool.
We can manage
Do you guys want to continue down the path?
Yep. I'm gonna continue to. This time, I'm always on the lookout, but this time I'm gonna try and be a little bit more careful about it, not crack any branches that lead into a 7-way battle to the death.
Yeah.
You got it.
It's a good idea.
All right. So as you guys kind of hit the old dusty trail, you guys sticking to the path, or you guys falling off the beaten path?
I'll follow off the beaten path a little bit.
So you're still kind of following the path, but still a little.
Yeah, I'm just like, if there's like some turns and stuff and there's trees, I'm gonna like just not go worry about the turns. I'm just gonna go head straight through the trees a little bit. You know what I mean?
I gotcha. All right. So as you guys continue your journey westward towards Woodhurst, can somebody roll a d4 for me?
Go for it, Alpha.
Oh god, you're making me do stuff now?
New nickname.
Is that my new nickname? Clayton the Alpha. I got a 2.
A 2.
Yep.
Can you roll that d4 for me one more time?
Okay. And I got a 4.
Okay. Lucas,
Yes.
as you're kind of walking off the trail while everybody are kind of sticking more close towards it, not paying attention too much, you're kind of putting your hands on trees and kind of walking around them, kind of just making your way along with Blackout kind of in your hood. And you hear a slight rustle above the trees, and I need you to go ahead and make a dexterity saving throw for me.
Ooh, baby.
Oh,
I'm good at these.
Yeah, just making sure all of us.
you're not.
I'm actually not good at these.
Oh.
That was a 1.
A 1?
A 1.
Like natural 1?
Yeah. And I have a plus
All
5.
right.
Golly.
Yeah,
So I will say...
that's a 6.
No, it's just for Lucas.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah. So as you're walking along, because of the natural 1, I'm gonna say you do take double damage from this.
Alright.
So you take 14 points of bludgeoning damage as this small creature holding a log comes falling out of this tree and just kind of crack and kind of smacks you in the back of the head.
Oh
Am I knocked out?
No, it just hurts really bad.
my. I don't know
Okay.
how much what's your AP yet.
And you just hear,
I'm just gonna get up and
I'm
be like, ow!
I'm expecting this made like a big thumping sound.
oh yeah, all you hear is,
So
it's pretty much just the wood that this creature's holding just smacked him in the face.
She'd be like, ow! Turn around and like look at it. I'm gonna, like,
You see a small gray fuzzy creature with very large ears, just kind of attached with these black claws, holding to this log. Just
I'm just gonna like look at Blackout, do a shoulder shrug. I'm assuming he's gonna do it back. And then I'm just gonna pick the little guy up, sit him next to the tree, pat him on the head, and then walk away.
yeah, and as you kind of put him and pick him up and put him near to the tree and pat him on the head, you just hear.
Then I'm just gonna walk away.
Yeah. Anybody else want to do anything? Because you guys do see this creature now, so
yeah,
I'll allow you guys if you want to do anything.
I run up looking at it suspiciously and just like ask Lucas, "You okay?"
Blood just caked down my head. I'm fine.
Alright. I take your word for it, dude, and I just shrug off, like, alright.
Anybody else want to do anything?
No. I follow the rule of let sleeping bears lie, so.
Yeah.
I kind of
Perfect.
agree. I'm not gonna hop in and do nothing. Wake up a bear and possibly have another fight with something.
Yeah. So as you leave the sleeping creature to its own device, you guys continue on down the trail, trekking towards Woodhurst. It's approaching later afternoon. Somebody else, go ahead and roll a d4 for me.
I go.
All right.
I got a 1.
Okay. So as you guys are kind of making your way towards Woodhurst, something deeper south catches your attention, Theo. You hear like small rumbling and the cracking of what could be a whip, maybe. And all you hear is and you just hear more of this like very light thumping.
Okay. So do I just recognize like this is a whip?
I mean, that's what you can associate it with.
Okay. I guess I'll stop and like try to listen to see if I hear anything distinguishable, like, because I guess Theo, or my first thoughts is with the rumbling is something's with the thought of it being a whip, like someone's like making a Pokemon do something, like through force. So I'm gonna try to listen for like small commands or mumbling or anything.
Okay. Perception check for me then.
That's an @20.
You don't hear necessarily commands, but you do hear what seems to be like the grinding of metal with like chewing, along with this like whipping sound still, and then just like just like utteral grunting.
Okay. The curiosity here brings. I'll look at the rest of them and kind of like distinguish what I'm listening to and hearing. Like,
Check what out?
Should we check that out? I said I like went through like what I was hearing.
I want to see if I can notice it too.
Mm-hmm. Go for it.
Where am I? I can't find. Okay, there I am. That is a 12.
I mean, yeah, it's not trying to be quiet. You hear mostly like the pattering of what sounds to be like feet on dirt. What do you guys want to do?
I don't see a problem with not going over and looking at it. It's towards the path we need to go to anyway, right? Maybe a little bit off.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't see a point in stopping and looking.
I personally start like moving forward, like cautiously.
All right.
You guys
I'll
all
follow behind.
I'll
I'll
follow
stealthing it up?
I'll be.
Yeah. Oh, are we stealthing? Because I was not aware of stealth. I was just walking, and I'm just gonna make that very apparent.
That was
Okay.
my cautiousness. Is yeah, I like keep them low and trying not to make
Well,
sound. Or
stealth and go ahead and stealth.
All right. It's a dirty 19, or it's a 19. I didn't add modifier yet.
Okay.
I don't have any modifier there.
Anybody else stealthing?
I guess I will.
With them being in front of me,
Okay.
starting to be kind of sneaky, I'll follow suit. So yeah, I'll be stealthy, or try to at least. Stealth? Yeah.
Gotcha.
Keyword
I got
try.
a 17.
Okay.
I'm not
So
worried
yeah,
what-
you and Theo both feel like you all are pretty stealthy. Eric, on the other hand, crunch, crunch,
No.
crunch, crunch. All right. So as you guys kind of begin to walk forward, being as sneaky as you possibly can be, you see probably about 10 or so of these small, I don't want to say small because they're close to up to your shins, of these metallic metal ants with these like large antennas that are kind of like poking out where their mouth are. And you can see is some string in its mouth is this very elongated little anteater looking like creature with its like point red and orange kind of like body, and it's kind of like I can see it grip one of the ants and it pulls it in and it begins to kind of just starts devouring one of them.
All right. How big is this eater on these ants?
About the size of you guys.
Ants are the size.
Ant eat the size of you, and
Okay.
the ants are about up to your shins.
Okay. Yeah.
So yeah, and it just kind of like, and it just
I
starts like eating one of them.
I personally go ahead, and since I'm kind of leading or walk forward, I'll turn around and be like, think we should try to go around.
Alright.
Let's.
Yeah.
What is it?
It's just.
How would you even describe that thing? I would look it up in the book, but I mean, it just looks like a fire thing, and I guess fire would be a way to look it up. But so with that, I'll take out my book as they're kind of deciding what we're gonna do, and I'll start sweeping through trying to find fire Pokemon.
Go ahead and make your check. Pretty sure it's just intelligence.
Okay. Yeah. That's a natural one. I'm not going to be finding
You have
anything.
no idea.
Fire spell.
You you don't see it within the book, but you're also trying to thumb through it really quickly to kind of get out of there, possibly.
Let's say we just back away slowly.
It's like, I think it's only gonna eat ants, but I don't know.
Right.
And it kind of, you see it as it lashes out another kind of like flame tongue, and it grips one of the ant's legs and begins to kind of just slowly pull it towards it. And you hear this ant kind of beginning to like cry out like in pain as it just, and it just starts eating.
Is Sweetness still out, Theo?
What is it?
Is Sweetness still out while we're sneaking over here?
Yeah.
Can I check her and see how she's reacting to these ants' cries that are happening near her?
Just without even a general insight check, she looks terrified.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
She doesn't want to go anywhere near that
mad?
thing. She's actually probably 10
Okay.
feet back. When she's usually attached
so
to
it's-
Theo's hip, she's away from him.
Gotcha. I was making sure it wasn't a thing where she's like, "We need to do something about this," but
No.
okay, she's fine with leaving.
She looks petrified. Like, she doesn't want to go anywhere near
I don't want to get eaten.
it. Yeah, and you just hear, like, tiny cries that sounds like metal kind of grinding on metal.
Alright.
Okay.
Alright, actually,
We're
you
backing
guys want
out.
to leave then?
Yeah. Go
Yeah,
for the direction
I
that
don't
these
feel like we
ants
need to
aren't getting
deal with it.
chased and try to go around.
Yeah, you can see this thing's kind of, like, almost hurting them. Like, keeping them within, like, a certain radius of them. And as you guys are kind of beginning to slowly back away, he kind of whips towards, like, the front, near the direction where you guys are. And they begin to kind of come closer towards him, and he actually starts leading them south. And yeah, you guys kind of slowly begin to kind of back away, making back towards the trail.
We get the feeling that this is just nature, right? This is just okay.
You can take it how you see it. It could be just nature. This creature could just be being mean, or however Lucas would see fit.
We didn't deal with the Zangoose, so
Yeah. Yeah, I guess if you guys want to leave, I guess we should leave then.
Sounds like a plan.
Stan.
All right.
The man.
As you guys kind of progress your way deeper and deeper into the into Route 105, the sun kind of slowly begins to set on the day. You guys decide to kind of pull off onto the side and begin to make camp, I assume, unless you guys want to kind of keep pushing forward.
As it starts to get dusk, I mean, I'd like to start looking for a
Place
what
to
I
set
could
up camp.
find as a place that seems safe.
It's fun.
So whoever wants to go ahead and make a survival check to see if they can find like a nice little spot.
Who's got the best survival?
I got a 7.
I have a 4.
I have a 1.
Oh wait, survival?
Alright.
Oh, survival.
Every day we spend lots of time considering our options. Consider AIG, the insurer that will provide savings on great value car insurance. Like right now, we're giving a 20% discount when you buy online at aig.ie/car. Normal underwriting acceptance criteria apply. Minimum premium of €330 plus levies apply. Applies to new AIG direct car customers only. AIG Europe SA is authorised by the Luxembourg Ministry of Finance and supervised by the Luxembourg Commissioner for Insurance and is regulated by the Central Bank of Ireland for conduct of business rules.
6. Sorry. I read that one.
Well, there you go.
I'm rolling. I rolled. All right.
Do it. You're good.
What'd you get?
I got a 23.
What did that guy?
Perfect.
23. Yeah, you find a nice little spot over. It's kind of got some push down trees that seem to be like that they were kind of like eaten by some sort of creature. And you guys kind of set up a nice little campfire, gather some wood, begin setting up. You kind of bring your entire party out of their balls and begin to kind of chill, eat, have a nice meal together, and the night is yours.
I have a question.
Training.
So we talked about Eric healing the Pokemon that were fainted or at 0 HP. So that was just his, correct?
He can do it to yours as well. He just expends one of his own hit die to bring them back to 1 HP.
Yeah.
Okay. Are you willing to do that for my Trico? If not, that's fine. I just need to know if it's going to be actually out tonight. It's at 0, too.
I'll do it.
Okay. That's fine. It was either way. It was fine.
Yeah. I think I might as well do that and for Roko as well and just expend 2. Like, obviously back-to-back sort of thing.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So that'll take the better half of 2 hours to do. 1 for Trico, 1 hour for Roko.
Okay. So while he's mending my little renegade, or Trico, or Ren, as I'll call him, I'll be kind of just sitting there staring at my Stantler that's kind of like laid down, like how deer do. Mm-hmm. Just looking at me, and I'm just staring at him, trying to like be like, what am I gonna name you? And Ace beside me, just kind of like being a little derp, just sitting there being my pal.
Yeah, and he kind of Sandler kind of looks over at you and kind of just gives you a nice little head nod, and then kind of like looks into the fire and kind of just looking around, and he seems to be calm. But the night is still a little young before you guys need to sleep and do watches. So whatever you guys would like to do together or talk about.
For Theo, he's still in a brooding state, so he'll be have everyone out and kind of around him, but kind of maybe ask Sweetness and Melody like, hey. Take this one pot out for a little fun, and I'd just continue to read and to the dad's notes and think about, done some brooding, you know.
Okay.
So you left your Pokemon out to just go play together?
Yeah.
Sweet. I'm gonna take full advantage of that, and I'm gonna get my Pokemon to go play with his Pokemon, and then I'm gonna join in on it too.
Perfect. So yeah, as you kind of send your friends away, Theo, you pull out your old man's memoirs and journal entries and all that stuff, and you feel like a slight burning sensation around your arm.
Oh yeah, dude.
As the small snake head kind of slithers out its tiny little head out onto like the back part of your hand and kind of just kind of looks around, looks at you.
Yeah. I look at it and see if it can understand, like, do you want to explore a bit?
Nods.
Alright. Yeah, I look at it and I'll be like, well, if it means anything, be careful, and I'll like point over at Sweetness and the 3 of my deeds and be like, stay over near them. They know by now that they keep you safe, keeping around, and I'll put my hand in the ground and see if he takes off.
Yeah, and just kind of... And as it begins to slither away, you can see it leaves a trail of burnt grass as it travels to your friend. So it's going to be very easy to track if it gets lost.
Okay.
Yeah, and you kind of feel a little bit more confident about it and kind of grab your book and begin to read. Eric, are you doing anything, or are you chilling, hanging out?
I'm actually gonna go not too far away from camp, but like I'm going to kind of explore, try and see if I can listen to noises.
Okay.
Possibly hearing, like listening for singing or something along those lines.
Okay. Go ahead, make a perception check for me real quick. And Clayton, you're kind of just hanging around by the fire, just chilling.
Yeah, just kind of just staring at the Stantler.
Cool.
Thinking.
That is a 12.
Okay, we'll get back to that in a sec.
Right.
And Lucas, you went off to go play with your friends and your friends' friends.
Right. The family.
Okay. What are you doing?
It wouldn't be fair. I would say a game of hide and seek with Trapinch, but she could keep us running around, so it wouldn't be much of a chase. How about? Yeah, I like that. How about a game of hide and seek and Tranquilizer will search for us. She's got the best eyesight.
Cool.
So give us all like 2 minutes, and then we all run off and hide somewhere, and he'll come looking.
All right, go ahead and make a stealth check for everybody except for Tranquilizer. So that includes Fire Snake, Wimpod, Melody, Sweetness.
What's his dex?
Oh my god!
It's just a straight roll.
Do I have to roll all individually, or just one for all of us?
All individually.
Oh god. Okay. How many people am I rolling for here?
It's just do for your people.
So Blackout got a 3, Gluttony got a 16, I got a 9.
Alright. Me is Melody got a 17, Sweetness a 16, and Wimpod a 9. And then the Snake is a 13.
Okay. So Blackout kind of tags along with you, Lucas, and all you hear is and he's kind of like trekking along through the woods, kind of almost singing. But Gluttony kind of goes up into a tree, wraps around it, and seems to almost blend in with the night. And then Tranquilizer is the one searching, and then Melody kind of finds like a nice little pocket in a tree, kind of digs within there. She doesn't go fully underground, but kind of buries herself like in the dirt a little bit to kind of give her a little bit more of an edge. Wimpod just kind of stands out in the middle of an open field and is just looking around, not knowing where to go. And he just kind of sits there and closes his eyes. And the fire snake kind of jets around Wimpod a little bit, doing like a couple circles, and then kind of just hides behind a near tree. And what did Sweetness get?
16.
Okay, yeah, and she just kind of perches up at the very top of a tree and just kind of... and she just stops flying. And, yeah, after heading for Tranquilizer.
Alright. That would be a 17.
Is that with advantage?
No.
He has keen sight.
That's right. That is another 17.
So yeah, it kind of just makes eye contact with you, Lucas, and Blackout, and just kind of pokes you with a talon and flutters off.
I really just walked back, and of course he found me first.
Found you and Blackout.
Yeah.
Go ahead and do another one.
18 on that one.
Is that already with advantage?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, and kind of flies around, ends up actually finding Gluttony and Sweetness kind of like huddled into the same tree and kind of just taps them both. And Sweetness kind of kind of flutters annoyingly and kind of
Yeah,
comes
I
back
imagine
down.
her like putting a little scent out around her as she walks.
And she's like,
flutters
whatever. All the sass. And she flies back towards camp with Gluttony. Go ahead and do another check.
Dirty 20. That's with advantage.
Yeah, and easy enough. Finds a Wimpod and the little
There you
fire snake and kind of just... And Wimpod just kind of goes... And just kind of begins to shake and slowly make his way back.
Okay.
One more check.
That one only got me a 10 with advantage.
Ooh.
Okay. As Tranquilizer begins to flutter around, can't seem to find Melody, so he starts to travel a little bit north. Maybe she went a little bit farther and kind of begins to trail off a little bit.
Okay.
Give me 1 sec.
Okay.
Oh, I dropped it. Oh, nice.
Oh, nice. Natural 20. He gets shot out of the air, burning.
So as Tranquilizer begins to kind of fly out and fly around, kind of makes his way a little bit south, down the way where you guys ran into the ants, and he sees one that kind of seems to have gotten away, and this one looks burned and charred beyond belief. And it looks like it's just panting and just kind of just grinding, and they seem to be kind of conversing together back and forth, and Tranquilizer kind of just kind of like looks and flutters down to it and kind of puts out a wing and kind of begins to pat. As they're kind of chirping back and forth, the small metallic ant begins to kind of shudder nervously. Tranquilizer kind of cocks his head to the right a little bit. And Tranquilizer in the distance can see this large, elongated snout kind of peer out from around the corner, and the fire tongue kind of peer out. And you can see this thing kind of rear back and it kind of leaches forward to grab at the small metal ant. What is Tranquilizer wanting to do?
Probably try to put that thing to sleep.
All right.
The ant, right?
No, not the ant.
All right, let's see.
Go on.
That went off my table.
Sounds like a one.
Sounds like a 1. That is going to be a 19.
All right.
And as, they kind of grabs the hind legs, and Tranquilizer tries to get in front of its face to try to make eye contact, but it just seems focused on food at the moment. Let's go ahead and roll initiative.
All right.
Let me pull up this creature's stats.
Darpin 18, baby.
Per turn. This
How
creature.
heavy is this ant?
Huh?
I guess I wouldn't know that.
How heavy?
Yeah, I was like, how heavy would this ant be? It's made of steel.
No idea. Alright. Oof. That's going to be 19. Or no, that's going to be an 18 for this creature. So, alright, what's your dex?
17.
Alright, this one's is 20.
What?
Alright, so this creature goes first. And it kind of stops pulling this ant in, and the ant begins to kind of skitter over towards Tranquilizer. And you see this thing kind of just... And it shoots a burst of flame towards Tranquilizer. That's going to be a 9 to hit.
Does not hit.
Alright. So as it kind of just... And it just misses behind Tranquilizer. You hear a small kind of poof of flame happen.
Any chance that Lucas, being myself, hears that?
Too far away, my guy. Tranquilizer's turn.
Try and put him to sleep again. Try to do what we can. We gotta try it.
It's a natural 18.
Son of a bitch. Okay.
And he kind of just shakes his head and he goes, and kind of very awkwardly gets down on all fours, and this thing moves with incredible speed. And it makes its way over, and you see it kind of shoot out this fire tongue and just latch it and begins to wrap around Tranquilizer for a 22 to hit.
A hit.
Okay. You take 10 points of fire damage as it kind of just wraps around and just kind of pulls Tranquilizer in, and the fire kind of disperses.
All right. Well, I guess at this point I'm going to go for confusion then, since he's not wanting to play fun anymore.
Okay.
So, DC of 15.
Intelligence save?
Yes.
That's a 10.
Okay, so he doesn't make it. So I roll 1d6, which I think that already did it. Okay, so that's 5 psychic damage.
Okay, perfect. And go ahead and roll a d4.
Okay. 2.
So he's confused for 2 turns.
Okay.
All right, and then it's this creature's turn. You see him kind of he kind of grabs his head and just holding his temples, kind of haphazardly shoots out a gout of flame. $13 to hit.
Hits exactly.
Oof. So takes 9 points of fire damage as he kind of just throws and shoots this gout of flame and kind of explodes onto Tranquilizer, and he's kind of pounding at his feathers as he's kind of trying to knock away all the flames.
What's bad? I'm at 14.
Tranquilizer's turn.
Well, I guess I'm gonna try and get up in the air a little bit, and I'm gonna have Tranquilizer try and tell that ant to run while he gets up in the air, to where he can't hit him.
Okay. And
then,
yeah, he kind of flutters out.
And then 20 feet away, I'm gonna try and get him with hypnosis again while that thing tries to run.
Okay. And you said it's a wisdom save?
Yep, 15.
That's a 15 exactly. And yeah, it kind of shakes it off, and you see now that it becomes this creature's turn, you see he kind of releases out a puff of white smoke kind of from his body, and he doesn't have disadvantage on attacks anymore.
Okay.
And you see him kind of like look around and sees you in the air and just, and he shoots this flame. It's going to be a modified 20 to hit.
That hits.
As this kind of burst of flame kind of comes and smacks Tranquilizer in the chest. Tranquilizer will take 12 points of fire damage. As it kind of just, and his feathers begin to catch on fire. You see Tranquilizer begins to kind of stutter as he flutters by, and he kind of looks down at this ant, and he's kind of chirping wildly. And you see, from this, you've never heard this kind of cry. I mean, Lucas isn't there with Tranquilizer anyways, but Tranquilizer releases this just utteral like, and as he does, he begins to glow in this white color as his body begins to stretch and morph. His long kind of pointed eyebrows begin to turn into this nice yellowish gold curve as it begins to kind of poof up. His chest kind of extends out, creating this white fur that kind of comes down along his cheek line and comes down to a point to the middle of his chest. His wings extend out into these very long and dramatic feathers. Different types of
Every day we spend lots of time considering our options. Consider AIG, the insurer that will provide savings on great value car insurance. Like right now, we're giving a 20% discount when you buy online at aig.ie/car. Normal underwriting acceptance criteria apply. Minimum premium of €330 plus levies apply. Applies to new AIG direct car customers only. AIG Europe SA is authorised by the Luxembourg Ministry of Finance and supervised by the Luxembourg Commissioner for Insurance and is regulated by the Central Bank of Ireland for conduct of business rules.
Symbols kind of made within these blackened feathers along his now brown body, and his hair kind of extends out towards the back, creating into a point. And you now have an Oletan Noctowl.
Oh shit!
And it knows. I'll allow you to roll. Confusion is now a 2-hit move, and it does 3d6 psychic damage.
Okay. The only problem is I'm still at 2 HP.
His HP would go up, but I'll let you know how that affects.
Okay.
And you see as he releases this utteral cry, and his beak's kind of gotten a lot sharper. What would you like to do?
I mean, there's not much I can do if he only has 2 HP. He's got to get back to me, but he's
I will say this creature looks hurt. More hurt than Tranquilizer.
The ant?
No.
Or the okay.
Ant-eater.
Alright, so I guess we'll do Confusion again. I mean, that's probably the best thing I can hope to.
Intelligence save?
Yeah, it's a DC of 15, but I think I I messed that up last time because I gotta do the con save first. So
he knows it now.
Okay. So,
but that is a 2 minus 1, so that's going to be a modified 1. Roll your damage, sir.
6 plus 4. So that's 10 plus 14.
14. How does Tranquilizer want to do this?
I don't want to blow his head off. I assume he would just hit him hard enough that it would knock him unconscious. And without giving it a second thought, after he sees him going down, he would hit the ground and try and grab and push the ant towards the camp. Okay.
So as Tranquilizer kind of throws his wings out, his eyes turning this purple and pink color, you see this ant as it's kind of beginning to climb a tree to kind of reach out and jump towards Tranquilizer midair, looking for a nice midnight snack. He kind of stops him in midair, almost holding him in place, and this anteater kind of begins to grab at the side of its head as its body kind of begins to twitch, and Tranquilizer can see it fall and just go limp and kind of just drops into the ground, and Tranquilizer just instinctually just and flies down, swoops up the ant within its talons, and carries him back towards camp.
And then eats him.
And just and you see you guys all now see this giant brown bird with these like magnificent looking feathers. It just looks elegant in a certain way, and just kind of drops this small broken and beaten ant down and kind of just and flutters down to Lucas's side. And Lucas, this owl is bigger than you.
Oh God!
And he's just
wow.
And just kind of you hear.
I'm gonna look at that thing surprised and be like, Tranquilizer?
And just kind of nudges you.
And I'm just gonna like pile my face into its feathery body and be like, oh my God, you evolved! What are you? Are you okay?
This thing
what happened?
Is massive in size, but as you go to press in, it's mostly all feather. As you kind of come into it, and he kind of just wraps you.
I'm gonna ask if he's okay. Is he hurt? What happened? Who is this ant?
and he kind of just when he looks down towards the beaten ant, and you get just the instinct moment like this ant needs medical attention.
All right. Well, then I'm gonna call Eric and tell him we need medical equipment now.
My question to you, Devin, is would I be close enough to actually hear him? Because I did say I was going to go off. And
you walked north when Tranquilizer went south.
Okay, so I saw what happened. Or not really saw what happened, but saw what... I'll go back just to see what's going on.
This took quite a bit of time for this entire thing to hold off, so you went off, kind of did your thing. You didn't really hear or see anything, so you kind of just instinctually like, I've gone too far, so I'm on my way back. So, like, you're arriving as Lucas is, like, hovering over this ant that's on the ground, this metal ant.
Blackout, bring me bandages until you get back. And I'm like, there you are.
I walk out from the tree line and I just see... I'm just looking, what's going on?
This is Tranquilizer. He's hurt. This is an ant. He's also hurt. We need medical attention now. Blackout has brought me bandages, but I don't think they're the right kind. Help me.
Eric just kind of chuckles to himself and kind of he quickly like walks over and like looks over looks over a Tranquilizer real quick. You know, family gets first priority here, as he will use one of his hit die to help heal the large bird itself. So I'll go.
How big we talking? We talking big enough I can ride him? Oh my god, he's the best.
Oh yeah.
As the Tranquilizer gets 6 HP back.
Sweet, so he's at 8.
And you see this metallic ant as it seems to be kind of like coughing. Its teeth kind of like grinding. It doesn't seem like it's got much longer.
I'm going to quickly like look to heal it.
Okay.
As well. So I'm going to look in ways to try and heal a steel ant.
Okay. Go ahead and make a medicine check.
That is a 16.
Yeah, so you keep it stabilized enough to where it's not going to die, but you do, as you're kind of like doing whatever medical necessities you can, you do see it kind of just, and it kind of just closes its eyes and it kind of just goes limp.
Is it dead or is it just like
no?
tired?
It's stabilized. It is sleeping, but it is still very hurt. But it's not like dying.
Okay. So before Lucas starts panicking about it dying, I'm going to inform him that it kind of just went to sleep due to
it's just overexertion.
Due to the overexertion.
I'd point out too, like, wow. Since it doesn't like stabilize things, like after Eric like stabilized this, and Sweetness is sitting next to Lucas in this area too, like, get the hint that she would probably shoot out a cloud around the group of there.
And then just kind of, you can all the Pokemon can kind of feel this inert kind of warm, cozy feeling out from Sweetness. So we'll just say, for the sake of brevity, Sweetness is probably just going to keep doing this until everyone's feeling tip-top shape.
Okay.
If that's something that Sweetness would do, Duff.
Yeah.
Okay. Perfect. So yeah, and then as that kind of everything begins to kind of calm down, you hear a slow rumble as Melody kind of pokes her head up out of the ground, like, "Hey, you forget about me, mofos."
Dude, I was like waiting, like someone's gonna come like to get the bed, and Thea's gonna be like, "Where the fuck's Melody, dude?" Still out there hiding.
But Melody's like, "Dude, it's been like 20 minutes."
And then Elijah's gonna like see that and be like, "I found him."
And Tranquilizer kind of flies over and just kind of with a talon pokes Melody in the forehead.
On a scale of 1 to like I'm happy, but at the same time I'm upset, I'm gonna hold on to my big birded fellow and be like, "Who did this to you, and where are they?
Let me see if you can roll a d20 and add Tranquilizer's charisma.
So 0. That's 3.
He tries to kind of like mimic out what it was, but he's just not getting it across. He's so big now, he's getting used to his wings, and he's like, whoa, and just kind of like trying to do something, but he just kind of keeps getting distracted.
I'll probably crack the smile. I'll be like, all right, well, at least answer me this. Did you take care of the problem?
He kind of just nods his head in a deep thing.
All right. And then I'm just gonna be like, okay. And then just pile into his feathers again. Fluffy feathers.
So as night kind of solidifies into a very late night, who's taking first watch?
Before we're going to sleep, I had one other thing I was gonna do though.
Go for it.
Everyone convenes back around, comes to me, and it's like too dark to read now, so I put my stuff away. I'll look down and look at the Wimpod and be like, how was your fun and games?
Just shakes nervously.
Well,
Instantly.
yeah. I'll be like, well, don't know what your form of greeting is, but like I put my hand down and like rub him a little bit, and I'll be like, well, I was thinking about it. We're gonna call you Lotus.
Ooh.
Kind of shakes, and then as you kind of place your hand on like its back shell, and the shaking kind of slightly stops for a moment, and then you take your hand off and begins to shake again.
All right.
Lotus
And
and Wimpod.
Yeah, dude.
I like it.
And then as the theme of things too, like I'm expecting this little snake to have a little charge thing coming back. And I'll put my arm down to see if it comes back to its like spot that it's kind of finding rest on.
Oh yeah, and for the first time in a very long time, if you guys haven't seen the snake, you see like this burning orangish red magma snake that seems to be just dripping this lava from its body. It's kind of got like a orange collar around, or a orangish black. Let me see a picture of it. It's a black like kind of like collar around it almost, but it looks to be still scaled, and it's got a nice like sharp point, blackened point at its tail as it kind of begins to slowly work its way back up Theo's arm and kind of just find perch.
And I'll look down at it then, like right after staying at the Wimpod, and be like, and you're Mercury.
I like it. I'll change that right now for you.
Oh yeah.
Mercury. Perfect. So yeah.
All right.
And as you guys start to gather your things and crawl into your respective tents, who is taking first watch?
I will.
Cool.
I'll
So
take second watch.
all right, and then who's got third? We'll just get it out of the way now.
I'll take the last one.
Perfect. So Lucas, you're hanging out by the campfire, big chillin'. What are you doing?
Well, I'm gonna sit there and with my Pokemon just bask in the glory of this giant owl, and I'm gonna pull. Obviously, Blackout's here, and I'd say he's probably mesmerized by the sheer size of him.
His eyes are so wide, and he just goes to grab a feather and grabs it, and then just pulls it out. And this thing is long. He just goes.
He's like, what in the world? How did you come from that?
Yeah, and he's just mesmerized beyond belief, and he's just like, and he just stares. He doesn't even say anything.
I'm just gonna let them kind of do their own thing, and I'm just gonna sit there and look at them, and then I'm gonna reach into my pocket and sit in between everyone, look at Survivor, and be like, "So, I know a lot of stuff's happened today between fighting and Tranquil Evolving, but this is something I've wanted to talk to you about for a while now." And I'm gonna put the stone up and be like, "So I don't know if this caused you pain or not, but this apparently will unlock another part of you, a more true potential, if you will. Did this cause you pain in the past?"
Make a Pokemon handling check.
I'm good at these. You're my best. That's a 12.
He kind of looks at it, and he kind of almost sneers, but it doesn't seem to be at the item itself.
Let me ask you this. Do you want me to throw this thing away right now? Because I'll do it if you want me to.
He seems indifferent about it. Like, he doesn't care if you do, and he doesn't care if you don't. He kind of like slowly slithers up to you and kind of perches and kind of makes his way around like your shoulders, and he kind of like almost nestles in, and you get the sense of the feeling that he trusts your judgment.
Alright, well, for now, we'll just pocket it, because I feel like you do fine without it. You do plenty for the team. You just gotta listen to me more.
You hear it as his massive tail shakes.
Well, after that, I guess I'm probably just gonna keep watch, make sure nothing else comes out of nowhere, check on the ant.
Okay, let's do a general perception check.
That is also a 12. What's so good?
Your shift goes on uneventful. Doesn't seem like anything's coming up out of the trees or anything like that. The ant is still sleeping, nice nestled by the fire. It seems to kind of move every now and then to kind of get warm, but it's moving, so
it's good.
But as your shift comes to an end, kind of walk over to Eric's tent, kind of give it a nice little tap, and kind of do a quick shift change.
Yeah.
Cool. Eric, you come out of the tent. What is it that you're doing during your shift?
I mean, Eric's probably just going to be sitting there playing with Evie. Like not loudly playing, but like kind of playing with her a little bit, to give people so they can actually sleep.
Okay.
But doing that, also kind of keeping a look around. That's kind of what he's doing.
Right on. Go ahead and make a perception check.
A perception. That is a 16.
Okay. So yeah, you're kind of hanging out, doing your thing. Evie's kind of jumping up and down, moving on around logs, kind of circling around the campfire. And you do notice that the small, I don't want to say small because it's still a pretty large size, ant kind of begins to move and shudder and click, and it begins to kind of sit up, and you can see it's very large, like metal mandibles now become a little bit more visible. And it kind of just, and it kind of like looks around, very groggily, but it doesn't seem to be doing anything, and it's kind of just staring around.
I kind of kneel near him, and I'm like, "What's up, dude?" Like,
And he kind of just goes,
how you feeling?
She just kind of keeps looking around, kind of unaware
Every day we spend lots of time considering our options. Consider AIG, the insurer that will provide savings on great value car insurance. Like right now, we're giving a 20% discount when you buy online at aig.ie/car. Normal underwriting acceptance criteria apply. Minimum premium of €330 plus levies apply. Applies to new AIG direct car customers only. AIG Europe SA is authorised by the Luxembourg Ministry of Finance and supervised by the Luxembourg Commissioner for Insurance and is regulated by the Central Bank of Ireland for conduct of business rules.
Of where he is.
I guess the best way to say it is I explained to him what kind of got him here, like who I am and that sort of thing.
Okay. Go ahead and make a general charisma check for me.
That's an 18.
Okay. Yeah, and he kind of like almost lays back down and kind of like looks at you, kind of gives you a nod, and then he kind of nuzzles into your chest as you're kind of like kneeling down into him. And you can kind of take it as a sign of like thank you.
All right. I leave him to rest.
Yeah, and he kind of begins to lay back down. Anything else that you want to do on your shift, or?
I guess at this point, just kind of relax and snuggle Scarlet, because I'm pretty sure she's now worn out. Got that little excess energy out of the way.
Oh yeah, and but yeah, as your shift kind of comes to an end, you walk over to Clayton's tent, give a little shake and a knock, shift change it out. Clayton, what are you doing, sir?
Okay, I'm gonna first fire and have my 3 Pokemon kind of like sit in front of me,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm gonna be like, so you guys, I always try to find a meaning for your guys' names, and I've been thinking about what I'm gonna name this new one of our group. And then I also haven't really explained to you why I named you Renegade, but with Ace, obviously, he did really well in my gym challenge, so I named him Ace. And then Ren, the reason why I named you Renegade was whenever I found you, you were being chased and tried to be attacked by those other Tricos. So I thought you were kind of being like pushed away or trying to be attacked by them. You're kind of an outcast, so similar to the word Renegade, you were kind of not a part of the people anymore. So there's Ren. And then for you, and then I look over at the Stantler and kind of like put my hand on its snout.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, my father, whenever he used to live in Kanto, there was a place near where he lived that had a name that was kind of, it was described as red. And with your coat being more red, I think I'm going to call you Vermilion.
I like it.
So,
cool.
if that's fine with you, I think I'm going to call you Vermilion.
Yeah, and he kind of looks down and just embers kind of light up, and you can see the balls that are adorned on his horns begin to light up as they do.
Sweet. Okay. And with that, I'm going to be like, okay, you guys, well, there's not much time left, but let's make sure that no for the rest of this evening. So I'm going to do the
Perception.
That is, where am I? So many things are up. That is a 22 for perception.
Okay. Yeah, you look around. You got the keenest eyes of tonight, though. On guard, but nothing seems to approach camp. But you do see the that metal ant kind of begin to get up, shift, and you can see like all the metal plates that make up its body kind of move, and it kind of looks at you. It gives you a head nod, and it kind of turns and it kind of bows its head almost to you, and it turns around and kind of.
As I see that, I kind of nod my head at it too, and then be like, "Be careful! Don't get caught out again."
And it kind of snaps its pincers. Yeah, and other than that, the night goes on with nothing else too crazy. But as the sun begins to come over the trees, it's probably roughly about 6-7 a.m. now at this point. But you guys can get up, go about, and do whatever it is you need to do.
So, as everyone gets up, I want to offer a game for all of us, if you guys are willing. Any takers?
Sure.
Yes?
I'll take
Okay.
it. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
So
sorry,
whatever-
my mic is muted.
I know, everyone's just like, okay.
I was like, yeah, I'm down
so
for a game.
whenever y'all get up, I'm gonna be like, so you guys, for breakfast today, I have a challenge for us. How about we send out our Pokemon, and each of us see who can bring back the most food for breakfast.
I like.
We send it out just one, or we send out all of them?
I mean, it's up to you. If you want to send out everything and have nothing back here protecting you, I mean, sure, whatever. But
Who says I'm not out there getting food too?
I mean, if you want to go be a part of your party,
I'll go
you
beat
go
my
do
own
be that.
Pokemon.
You go be your own Pokemon. But I just want to see just a little fun after all of the craziness we've had and the fights and everything. I feel like just something kind of goof around would be nice. So just
I'm
do a
down.
little challenge.
I look at Melody, Lotus, and Sweetness, and be like, "How's that sound, guys?" And like with a smile on my face, like go for it.
They all seem to be
Good.
pretty cool.
I'll
Oh,
let 'em-
yeah.
I'll see what they come up back with.
Go ahead, Eric.
So
Oh yeah, I'm down for this too.
I can say I'll pull out all my Pokemon and be like, alright, it sounds like fun. And I give everyone the snake eye and tell them they're all going down. It's like
he's competing against
Oh.
his own Pokemon.
they all give me the snake eye back, like, alright. I'm about to learn you a thing.
Okay. And I'm like, how about we do... can I look and see if there's, like, maybe if the sun's coming up, like, there's a tree, and it's like, we'll try to, like, gauge it by, like, shadows? Almost,
Right.
Yeah.
Maybe?
I'll
Or, like,
say
time?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. And I'm like, we have until this shadow reaches this. And I'm like, so, go! And then just...
Yeah, so let's
Good
go
catch.
ahead and do survival checks for everybody
Oh hell
who is
yeah.
participating.
Easy. You wanna know why?
My Pokemon.
Because I'm good.
Yeah, I should have won.
So
SD.
I have a question, Devin. I have a particular tactic I want to use.
Dude, cheat as much as you want. Make it fun.
I want Rocco to follow Lucas and make as much noise as he can to scare everything away. And like go on bushes and whatnot.
Start
Okay.
destroying all the trees and everything.
Yeah.
That's fine. I'll allow it. So, Lucas,
Wow.
you won't necessarily have disadvantage, but it's going to be harder for you to find things.
Well, you know what? I don't even think I gotta worry about it. I'm
Are you
surprised
proficient
by
in it?
the two people who made the good rolls are insane to me. Alright. Oh, that's actually a good roll. Dang it, never mind. Alright, I'm good. Whenever you guys
Okay.
are ready.
All right, let's start with we'll start with Clayton.
Okay, so we'll start with Vermilion got 12. Ace got a dirty 20. And Renegade got a 15
Okay.
for survival.
Theo.
Sweetness got a 27.
Dang.
Got a 8 on Melody. And Wimpod, in respect to his normal being, which is awesome, got a nat 1.
Yes. Beautiful.
Yes. That's
Um,
great.
Eric.
So I personally got 14 because I was gonna run around. Scarlet got 5. Goop got a natural 20.
Wow.
Yes.
and then- I didn't know if you allow Rocco because he is distracting him, but if so, he got a 7.
Yeah, no, that's his entire job.
Mess with Lucas.
Distraction.
Lucas. All right,
Alright.
and Lucas.
Okay, Black Eye got a 17, which is amazing to me.
Mhm.
Tranquilizer got a 19. Gluttony got a 14 minus 1, so a 13. And I got a 4 without any kind of disadvantage. So your dirty snake did his job.
Yeah, so as everybody kind of scatters out, grabbing whatever berries, leaves, twigs, natural animal, like things that there might be, Sweetness and Goop come back with just like armfuls of stuff. Goop is like carrying within his like pouches of goop, like just things, and he just looks like a ball. And he's just like, woo, as he's kind of like rolling back into camp, kind of doing like a little shimmy. And Sweetness just has different things like stuck to her and in her arms. Like they're carrying a hefty amount of like fruits and veggies. Everybody else comes with like somewhat moderate sized things, like small like little portions, but definitely not as much as them. Both Lucas and Lotus come back with absolutely jack squat.
You can see the look on my
Lotus
face.
comes back and he's just shaking like, I'm so sorry, Dad, I failed you.
Just imagine like I'm dirty. There's a twig sticking out of my hair. I'm just like, I'm not very good at this game.
I look at Roko. I'm like, did you do it?
No, he hears.
Evil.
I'm like, good job.
That,
You look at
that giant rock snake passed by me as he does that.
Yeah, he's got
Like it. Good. As he does, I try and hug onto the back of his tail real quick and then run away.
Oh.
dexterity check.
Do this. I earned this. The creature followed me everywhere. That is a 10.
What's Roko's AC?
it's a 16.
Yeah, and you
Oh, no, wait,
just
it's a
as
13,
you
sorry.
go to, you kind of like go to hit the tail and just get bounced off.
Dang it. I just get up. Just flustered.
With that, I'm gonna look around and be like, well, it looks like most of us have at least a Pokemon that brought back a lot, but then there's Lucas. So, hey Lucas, you want to help me prepare breakfast since you're kind of the loser of this?
Yeah, I guess.
All right. And as you guys kind of gather all the different types of fruits, veggies, and all things in between, you guys start cooking up a nice hearty breakfast. Everybody's bellies are full. Everybody is full HP. Everything of use is back to them. Deja still.
As like they're making food and stuff, I'll actually like walk up to Goop and I'll be like inspecting like what he brought, like, wow, he did a good job, and I'll like sit down and be like, you've never been outside before. How'd you know it tasted good? Let's see what he reacts.
He says that as we're like spoonfuls in, and we're just like,
Yeah, it's like, how do we
well.
know that it was edible? Oh, no.
Blackout eats it regardless, doesn't care.
He just gives you a thumbs up, and what you can assume is a very cheeky smile.
Yeah, I just take it. All right.
So I got a real quick question. I posted in the Discord. For those who can't see, this is a question more or less for the DM. You talking like that big? Like
What big?
I posted a picture in Discord.
No, not
You
no.
talking like
No, not that big.
darn it?
Probably Philo, though, in
That's
the
a-
bird form.
yeah,
Probably compared to Naofumi. Yeah, like that's probably how big.
Darn. I was gonna say, is it big enough for us all to get on top of and fly with? That would be
No.
OP.
It's enough for one person enough to hop on.
Okay. Well, it was worth a shot. Well, I mean, I guess we'll break down the tents, and I guess we'll get going on our merry way. Well, how much further do you think it'll be, Clayton? You're the one with the map.
Oh, with that, I'll take out the map, and I'll do my
Mapping.
map stuff that
You're-
I totally know how to do.
Oh, so we're almost there.
About
Probably
half
not.
a day, I imagine.
All right.
See, I
Well-
create a map.
So
Just
yeah,
gonna
So we go and
So
go.
we could probably get there around noonish. If not a little
And
after, a little
there,
before.
there was a gym in Woodhurst, right?
There is. Yes.
So, I mean, we might make it early enough to possibly check it out. Not to do it, but like check it out.
Yeah, at least check it out. I understand.
I am gonna go over to Rocco and be like, how do you feel about people riding on your back?
He kind of looks around.
That'd be rough without a saddle.
Yeah, right.
His
Rocks
ginormous head,
underneath him.
no.
He's like everyone but the redhead guy.
With me hearing him ask him that, I'm gonna be like, wait. I'm gonna look over at Vermilion and be like, how do you think about people riding you?
He looks at you, makes eye contact, and bows to you.
I am a god. Yes. Okay. Sweet.
That also
Clayton thinks completely
Clayton-
internally.
I walk up behind Clayton and put a hand on his shoulder and I'd be like, can I pet your deer?
I mean, I don't have anything wrong with it, but
That's
he's
all I
kinda-
needed.
Okay, he's kind of hot. Be careful.
So as Lucas, you kind of run up to touch Vermilion on the side. Vermilion quickly looks back at you. Clayton?
Okay.
What is
Oh,
Clayton?
he's looking at me?
Yeah, he's looking at you. Like, is this
Oh.
okay?
I'm gonna shrug and be like, yeah, why not? Sure.
And he kind of looks down at you, Lucas, with kind of like a sneer. And just kind of,
Oh.
and just keeps his head still.
Okay, well, I have no idea what that would have to do with anything. I touch him, feel that he's warm, and then hug him.
You take
Burn.
1 point of fire damage.
I take it in stride as I turn around happy and walk away.
As Clayton said it was fine for you to pet him, but he never said he couldn't do anything to you.
That's fine.
Yeah. Hilarious.
I just need to make sure it was okay with the trainer. Anyway,
So,
go ahead.
Eric?
so one of the things I want to say to Rocco, because he obviously was against it, I'm like, very well, I'm not going to force you to do that sort of thing. However, since we are outside of town, you can roam freely.
Oh gosh.
And he just goes, and he digs a very large crater within the ground, and he just kind of goes underneath.
What if we follow that crater? We're just like, wee!
Does that sound like a good idea?
No, wah,
So-
wah, wah. Show up in a different world.
Yeah, you can feel a very large rumble underneath your feet, like a little small earthquake almost. You guys heading towards Woodhurst now?
Yep.
Yes.
All right.
And I am looking through the trees, like trying to see if I can hear singing, I guess.
Perfect.
Exactly.
As you guys,
There's
I'm gonna look for like smoldering, like smell for like burning wood and stuff. Since we're allowed to do it.
make your way westward towards Woodhurst, clearing of trees, and we can see a very carved wooden sign that says "Welcome to Woodhurst."
Woo!
That is where we'll go ahead and end today's episode. Thank you guys so much for listening. If you want to chat about the most recent episode, be sure to join our Discord, which is linked on our Twitter at crit_hitmonthly. If you are liking us enough to want to support us with actual money, be sure to check out our Patreon at criticalhitmonthly. All one word. You gain access to our exclusive after show called In the Wild, where we talk about the most recent episode. But if all else fails, and that isn't something you can do, no worries at all. Just be sure to use the hashtag on any social media, hashtag criticalhitmonly, so we can see how much support and love we
Every day we spend lots of time considering our options. Consider AIG, the insurer that will provide savings on great value car insurance. Like right now, we're giving a 20% discount when you buy online at aig.ie/car. Normal underwriting acceptance criteria apply. Minimum premium of €330 plus levies apply. Applies to new AIG direct car customers only. AIG Europe SA is authorised by the Luxembourg Ministry of Finance and supervised by the Luxembourg Commissioner for Insurance and is regulated by the Central Bank of Ireland for conduct of business rules.